Scott, right? Given that, he's got this performance and result out of them today. One, I'm going to ask you about the captain's armband. Should Nico Raskin now be given it on a permanent basis? Because he plays and looks like a leader.
Well, it'd be a massive call. I mean, after one game, I get where you're coming from. I think Raskin's been their best player, Rangers' best player probably for a number of weeks now, which makes the decision to leave him out at St Mirren all the more baffling. He was very good again today. I agree with you. I think he has got a bit of leadership about him. He's still relatively young, early 20s. He's got a wee bit about him. I think it's better someone like him probably being captain than Jack Butland, for instance, who's vice captain, because Raskin's in the mid-state and that kind of midfield battle. I thought he dominated it today with Diomande beside him, obviously supported by Hadji and Bayrami. Listen, I think we've all talked for a while, so it seems like the last couple of years, about James Tavernier and the captaincy, whether it was becoming an issue for him, and maybe whether it might be better taking it off him. And maybe there hasn't really been any proper contenders for that. And Raskin looks as if he's emerging as one of them. And maybe long term, Raskin is a Rangers captain, but I don't think he would do that. I don't think the manager would do that so soon, especially after just one big performance. Second
question: does Jack Butland come straight in to the number one position when he's ready to play? I don't think that Liam Kelly didn't have a great deal to do today, but given that Butland's been a bit erratic
and
into this period.
I should say a great save from Hatate.
He did have a good save
right on half time, which was really important.
Yeah, he had one big save, and it was only Celtic's only real kind of effort.
Shot at goal. Yeah.
I thought he was decent with his feet as well. I can only remember one or two that went out of play.
He shelled a couple into the front row, didn't
he? But he was decent with his feet, looked pretty calm. Massive day for Liam Kelly. I think he's a Rangers fan. Only made his, despite two spells, only made his debut last week. To get your first Old Firm game, a 3-0 win and a clean sheet. I mean, an absolute dream for him. Look, I criticised Jack Butland down here with you the other day, Jacko, because I thought he looked as if he's been off it the last few weeks. His decision making against St Mirren, giving away the penalty, it was terrible goalkeeping. I thought at Fir Park he didn't look himself either. Could have done better with the first goal. Looked ropey for the goal that get disallowed, and the one that came off the bar for Motherwell. Just hasn't looked himself. Now I don't know if this issue that he's got, this kind of internal bleed, I don't know if that's only just happened in the last couple of days or whether that's been hindering him.
It's all very unclear, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know whether that's been a problem for him, because he certainly hasn't looked himself. Look, Liam Kelly's done himself no harm today. A really good performance, obviously brilliant win for them. But listen, I think in terms of levels, when Jack Butland's at his best, he's probably a different level to Liam Kelly, with all due respect. So I just think expect him to come back in.
You might be right, Scott. You might be onto something. Maybe it is the injury. Maybe it has had an effect on him. But I have felt in the last couple of games, Jack Butland was a little bit of a liability, and I felt that Liam Kelly looked nice, safe and secure today. I
think Butland looks like a shadow of the guy that he was last season.
He's obviously going through some big moments in his life.
Of course.
First kid, and he's got this injury.
Listen, what it does do is, I mean, Jack Butland and the Rangers supporters have probably thought, since the start of the season, no one's going to dislodge him. I mean, Liam Kelly's just coming in as a backup. He's a guy that knew the club, obviously, when he'd been there. It was a free transfer. But what this does do is probably put a wee bit of pressure on Jack Butland, which is maybe needed. Even if it just puts it into his mind that I'm going to need to up my game here. This boy's come in and did okay and proved he can handle it. So I don't think that can be a bad thing.
Before we let you go, Scott, let me throw a couple of comments in, because they're coming in thick and fast, as I'm sure you can imagine. Paul Lynch agrees with you, Keith. Says Raskin bossed the game, he should be permanent captain. Yilmaz and Maida back in his back. Yilmaz had Maida in his back pocket the whole game, and more shots at goal than the entire Celtic team, which I think is is correct, which is a pretty mad stat.
He had more shots at goal in about 2 minutes, the space of two. Didn't he? He had about 3 in the space of 2 minutes at one point in the second half, I think.
Drew Ferguson, Rangers' first 11 can compete for the league. It's the depth of the quality in the squad that's killing us.
That's probably a good point, Daniel.
Aye.
I probably agree with that. I mean, as I said earlier, I think they've proved now that if they're at it and they've got a strong 11, then on their day, 90 minutes, even the cup final, 120 minutes, they can go and compete with Celtic. But the depth of the squad is a problem. We've already discussed how the reinforcements aren't up to the level. Philippe Clement will know that, and ultimately, just as the first guy said there, it's like, this is one game, and Rangers fans will be delighted. It was a brilliant performance, but without what it kind of dampen their mood, they need to do it. They're still 11 points behind in the league. The last 2 games, Motherwell, St Mirren, unacceptable. They need to do it when it matters. They need to go and compete with Celtic over the course of a season. And I just think the danger for Rangers is, again, how many times have we said that they get carried away with this, and they think they've cracked it. I feel as if I've said this about Rangers so many times since they won the league a few years ago. They should take this for what it is, a brilliant performance, deserved result. They should take a lot of confidence and belief in it psychologically that they can go and beat Celtic. But the challenge is still there for them to go, and as I say, 2 tough away games coming up. They need to go and get 6 points, because if they drop the level again, it just proves there's an issue there. Whether that's to do with squad depth or whether that's mentality, they need to fix that, because or they'll never mount a challenge for this title.
I just think you're spot on there, but in what you said, Scott, in terms of will they allow this to kind of adjust their own kind of mindset on it, and I think that's exactly what happened after the cup final against Celtic at Hampden, that Clement made a sort of naive mistake, that thinking we're on top of this now, we're looking like a right team. I can afford to make these changes. You can't afford to make the changes because you don't have the quality to replace them. Aye. But what you have got there is a front four that can do damage with Danilo to come on. And by the way, when was the last time Rangers had a striker that started scoring goals frequently in Old Firm games? Long time ago.
You need to think, don't you?
It was similar. Sorry, Dan. It was similar. Without wanting to go back, I know Jacko spoke about this a lot, but you think back to the 3 each game, the last time they played here in the league, and there was a lot made about the celebrations and Clement doing the kind of lap of honour after the game.
Yeah, 100%, mate.
That was a problem, because it just that
sent out all kinds of warped messages.
Wrong message, seeped into the mindset. They thought they'd cracked it. They thought they'd got there. And it obviously came back to bite them. They can't allow that to happen again.